It's time for the MCTS experience with Mr. Orff and Mr. Nash. Discover your passion and unlock your future.
Welcome, one and all, to another exciting episode of the MCTS experience. My name is Mr. Orff, and with me, as always, my partner in crime, Mr. David Nash. How are you, sir?
Cheers, everybody. How's it going? We're excited.
Super fantastic.
It's not artificial. The excitement that we get is not something that I'm running laps and psyching myself up.
We're not acting here.
I'm not doing the Dwight Schrute playing Motley Crue and banging my head before I start this. This is just how it is. So
that's it. When we come to the table, when we come to the literal table, to the desk of the MCTS experience, we're coming from a place of love and passion,
excitement,
hard work, excitement, and
watching kids come alive,
and gratitude.
Yes,
if you don't mind me saying.
I am very grateful.
All right.
Let's show our gratitude. What do we got on the docket?
Okay, we're gonna spend a little time up at the Assunpink Center.
Nice.
We talked with some students there.
We went roving reporter style.
We did a little roving reporter over there. Best of all, we have a great visit from our superintendent later on in the episode. So
is it a tomahawk style steak interview? Is there so much meat on that bone?
If you don't mind me, I'll keep the beef analogy, but I'm gonna use a different cut of beef. It's more like a porterhouse because we've got a strip steak and a fillet in one. All right.
So make me hungry, Orff.
It's delicious.
And so is this episode.
And filled with protein, just like this episode. All right, a couple quick announcements before we get underway.
Go, baby. Hit me.
I want to start off by wishing good luck to our HOSA regional team. They're competing in the Southern Regionals this coming weekend, the weekend of February 3rd. So good luck to our whole HOSA crew, and we're behind you. We know you're going to do great.
And then this Friday and next Monday, the 4th, Friday the 2nd, Monday, February 4th, we have our Skills USA Rev Up and local awards ceremony. Revving it up. By the way, parents, family, friends, if your son, daughter, student comes home with a certificate, unbeknownst to you, I promised them free Applebee's. There's no free Applebee's involved, but the kid's going to be all excited.
Okay, Mr. Nash is lying to the students to facilitate this.
My point being is I say, hey, that's a refrigerator certificate for a good cheeseburger night out. You won a Skills USA local contest. Celebrate with your family. It's something to do.
However your family celebrates, please. And that's 5th on Friday.
No, 2nd on Friday.
2nd on Friday at the SIPEC Center.
5th
on Monday
Correct.
At the Assunpink Center. Yes, wonderful. And our newest,
the Genster,
the newest member of the MCTS family,
his full assault of
his maiden voyage into the Skills USA Rev Up.
Beyond pumped.
I believe it. Also, let's see. Academy assessments. If you've applied to any of our 3 full-time academy programs, STEM, Health Science, or Culinary Arts academies, we are going to be doing assessment testing. This is key. This is part of the application process. February 10th at the SIPEC Center or February 24th at the Assunpink Center. They're both Saturdays, approximately 9 to 12. If you have not signed up, please do so. Contact us, admissions@mcts.edu, and let us know you need to take that test. If you haven't applied yet, this is truly your last chance to do it for the academy programs. Yeah, you have to have an application in to come and take that assessment, so please do so. And you check your emails. We're emailing you and your parents and your counselor at your middle school, warning you about these centers.
A trifecta.
Please get involved. Yes.
And then I've got a really exciting program that I'm involved with our transportation and logistics and design programs, meaning automotive programs. It's Automotive Career Day, February 23rd.
Yes.
We invite Ford Motor Company. They're donating a brand new SUV, already been board approved. Everything's locked and loaded. And then in addition to that, we bring different components of people from the automotive careers to come and speak to our first-year students and our second-year students that are currently working and students that aren't working, to talk about what that career element, not a job. Job stands for just over broke.
No.
That's one of my favorite lines. And there's nothing wrong with jobs. Jobs are a key part.
In high school, you're 16 years old. You go work at the grocery store.
It's where you learn the mindset of work. But a career is where you use your talents and your gifts, and the world really wants to see your abilities in the marketplace. And that's what being a professional automotive technician is. So Ford's bringing that here, and we're making that happen.
Love it. February 19th, do not come to school.
Mm-mm.
It's a day off. It's President's Weekend.
Don't do it.
And that's a Monday. Take that day. Get caught up on
Make a snowman.
Build a snowman if there's snow available.
Coffee.
Whatever you like.
Okay.
Whatever you choose to do with that free time. Take a mental health day.
Sounds good.
And go ahead. Last one. No soup for you.
Oh. We didn't stage this. Probably, if I have to make top 5 favorite events of the year,
it's a good one.
The Soup for You contest, all local restaurants, February 26th, Monday at the Robert Wood Johnson.
Correct, Robert Wood Johnson facility,
It's a
right,
facility-
right there in the corner of Sloan and
Quaker Bridge. And it's awesome. $10 a head. Starts around 3:30, 4 o'clock. There's 20 to 25 restaurants and the Little Lowly culinary program, which has won a couple of years in a row. And every restaurant brings their own choice favorite soup recipe.
Yeah.
And you get to sit there. They usually bring.
You vote. They give you. They give you a little chip.
Single chip.
You go around and taste all the
It's like a chili
soups,
contest,
and then you vote, like a chili cook-off, but with different soups. The event is called Soup for You. It's open to the public. Anybody can come.
It's a community fundraiser.
And yes, the MCTS culinary program was last year's winners.
I think it was a potato leek.
I think it was a beef, like a beef stroganoff soup.
Really?
Beef? No. Beef goulash soup, and it was outstanding. Knee buckling.
I could hear other restaurants were very upset that they're.
Well, hey,
you never underestimate.
You got to bring your A game when you're dealing with the MCTS culinary program.
So
right?
check that out. That's a great
Please.
night.
Please, that's
if you like soup, that's a no-brainer. I happen to love
February
soup.
26th,
Monday, February 26th. Let's
Monday
go.
Night.
Let's
Great.
go.
Perfect night for some soup. Cold winter. That's it. We've got some great guests coming up and a great episode. We'll be right back after this.
Health Science Academy.
The Health Science Academy was established in 2010 and is located at our Assunpink Center, right across the street from Mercer County Community College. We have numerous business partnerships with healthcare organizations, guest speakers, project-based learning, and tons of possible pathways to a career in the healthcare industry. Whether you want to be a doctor, a nurse, a researcher, medical technician, phlebotomist, the list is huge. Students may also earn industry-valued certifications in bloodborne pathogens, basic life-saving, CPR, and automated external defibrillator.
Hey, you, come here. Check it out. They're in our school. They're in our community. They're around the corner. Welcome, our featured guest.
Welcome back, everybody. Very, very excited. We have a very special guest in lieu of a teacher tip on this.
We went right to the top of the totem pole.
We went right to the tippy top. We've got our very own superintendent, Matt Carey. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Mr. Orff. Thank you, Mr. Nash. It's great to be here. I love your show. I'm a big fan. So now I get to be on it.
We're a big fan of the superintendent's view, of course.
Oh, thanks.
We can do some shameless plugs for each other.
Absolutely. Well, it's one of the great things about being here is that we have this awesome program where we can, get on TV and
it's unreal.
And put out things on YouTube and send out our message video, which is really where this whole world is going to as far as communication is concerned. The days of the superintendent writing a letter are long since past. It's really about, they want to see face to face and know who you are. So
true.
This is a great opportunity. Thanks for having me.
And you have your own Instagram account.
Yes, we got the Instagram going. Yep,
Yeah.
For the superintendent's posts for when I get out to the different schools, and then we always hit everything with a hashtag Wizard Nation.
Yes.
Because I'm so proud of the
Because we're taking
Wizards
over.
here.
We're taking over.
Oh, we are. The Wizard Nation is taking over the world. Absolutely, we've taken over that hashtag. That is our hashtag.
I love it.
So we were hoping to just do kind of like a State of the Union thing. You're halfway through your second year
Yes,
as
time
our
flies,
superintendent,
huh?
and just for my own personal comments, well done, sir.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
glad
that.
to have you here.
Absolutely.
Now, what are your impressions? Do you have any stories? Do you have any thoughts thus far?
Absolutely.
I mean,
well, go ahead.
I was just saying, you're a CTE guy at heart.
I am.
And people may be aware or not aware, and I'm sure you'll interject that.
Right.
But the reality is your fabric, your tapestry, and who you are as Matt Carey,
Right.
as a leader. You know CTE, and a lot of times that has a profound effect, and I think that all of us are experiencing that. So.
Yeah, well, my CTE experience goes all the way back to my high school experience. I mean, I was a CTE student myself. Not to get too into my childhood and personal life, but
that's- We wanna know.
like
We
all
wanna hear.
kids, we come from a different background. You know,
Yep.
my parents were divorced, and we struggled for money, and things were tough in my house, and I grinded, and I was actually an athlete. At my young age, and football was kind of my passion. And when I got to high school, I didn't grow like the other kids, and football kind of lost its way, and I was kind of lost. And then I found this amazing teacher, Mr. John German. I'll never forget him. I'm still in touch with him to this day.
It's awesome.
Similar to what you do here at this school, school, Mr. Nash, and he exposed me to the world of CTE, and I got into the marketing program. And I replaced all my football trophies with DECA trophies.
Absolutely.
And I became part of the culinary arts group. And we went out. I worked at Harry's Inn restaurant. A shameless plug, doesn't exist anymore. But down
great memories.
Yeah, down in Summers Point, New Jersey. And when I was a junior in high school, I had money in my pocket. I had a car. I had I was able to still have that competitive nature that I had in sports through DECA.
And it just in the kitchen.
Changed my whole world. Yeah, it really did. So it's a great thing. But as far as coming here, this is full circle for me. I started in the county school districts in Burlington County, and then I went out into the K-12 world, and I was a superintendent in another district. And having the opportunity to come back to the county schools was just so exciting for me. And then once I got here, it was almost immediate that I felt that impact and being back. But then there's a lot of work to do.
Yes.
When you come into a new district. And, we had a lot of, I had my 100-day plan, which I had talked about in I think it was my first superintendent's view. We enacted that. And in that, we identified a lot of things that we really wanted to work on. And, I'm a big fan of a book called Good to Great. And that's really how I look at Mercer County Technical Schools. When I got here, we were really, really good. But we wanted to take it somewhere great. And I'm not saying that we're there yet. But we're on that pathway.
The trajectory is leading up to it.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Nice.
I already know what the answer to this one is going to be, but any program that you feel a special kinship with?
Obviously, the culinary program, because I went through a culinary program, and really up until I joined the Marine Corps during my senior year, that was going to be my career path. But just at that point in my life, I wasn't sure I wanted to go right into it, and I have a family history of military service, so I decided to go into the Marine Corps, and then my pathway changed after my 4 years of honorable service. But I've always had a passion for culinary arts. But I have to tell you, now that I'm getting into all these other key areas.
Now you're really digging in.
Yeah,
you came in, you're like, culinary.
Right.
And now you're seeing a Birdsall, and you're seeing a Brian Hayner, and you're seeing a Pat Schroeder, and so forth. It's HSAers.
Right. I'm learning about science and technology and engineering and mathematics and criminalistics and horticulture and landscape design and carpentry and electric and
things like our video game team.
Yes.
I was a kid that went here in the 80s.
Right.
Who would have thought that there's like this super intense, and talk about kids embracing it. Like these kids are into it, and it's so cool. Whatever, it doesn't matter what it is. If kids are into it, I think it's infectious as you recollect back to as a student.
Well, when I was leaving, a K-12 district as superintendent, everybody wants to give you their opinions on, and they always wish you luck. But what I was told by many, many people is you're going to miss athletics. You're going to miss Friday Night Lights. You're going to miss the big basketball game. You're going to miss that. And when I got here, it was one of the things I was looking at. Well, I said, how about I went from football to DECA, to competing in that. So one of the things I was looking at is, where do we compete? And I was looking at Skills USA. I was looking at DECA. I was looking at all the things that we do in our competitions. And I said, what is something else that we could do? And then we had this amazing, employee here already, Peter Corrigan. Let's give him a shout out.
Yes.
Who had this in-depth knowledge of esports.
Yeah.
I had some from my previous district because it was something that was being kicked around. We said, let's start out with a small team. Now we have over 80 students involved in it, from freshmen to seniors. We are collaborating with districts all over.
They have like commentary.
That's
great.
Yes.
Live streams, you can watch
live
streams.
good way. Oh, I push it out on my social media. I watch the events.
Yeah.
We won a state championship last year down in Atlantic City in our first year for our all-female team.
People gritting their teeth.
Absolutely.
Gnashing their teeth, no pun intended.
Where'd these guys show up? Where'd these guys come from?
That's the underdog.
Yeah, and the best part is that, this whole Wizard Nation thing, this was all student-driven.
Yeah.
When I got here and I was talking to we have student representatives on the board, which we never had before, and they were saying, we don't really have an identity here. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And they said, well, in our home school districts, we were called a certain name.
Sure.
Right? So you're whatever. You want to make up
Steinert's the Spartans.
Right. Yeah.
North
Stars.
Right. Exactly. Well, the high school I went to, we were the Mustangs, and everything was the Mustang Corral, and Mustang this, Mustang that.
Yeah.
So we put it on to the students. Hey, well, let's come up with a name. And they did it, as you should, in a democratic process.
Yep.
Yes.
Through student council. They started kicking around names. Came up with a list of names. Then they put it out to the student body. The student body voted on it. once it was all shaken out, we were the MCTS Wizards. Then we went right to graphic arts. A proud papa here's daughter.
Hey, Ellie brought it home. Ellie brought it home.
Designed our logo.
It was really cool. Yeah,
and now we have the Wizard all over the place. We are the Wizards. And I see students wearing Wizard gear. I see staff wearing Wizard gear. We are now known, in less than a year, really, we are known as the MCTS Wizards, and we have that identity, and you can see it in the student pride.
Yeah.
It's the full branding.
It was
the full
so
component.
fun going to that Career Tech New Jersey event over the summer. We all wore our Wizard jerseys.
Yeah, we all got our gaming jerseys, and we all went there and presented.
Awesome.
And it is. It's a sign of unity when you're all wearing this. We got so much attention for that because we were one of 20 tables at this gigantic event, but all of us were dressed the same. And we didn't get to present until later in the day, and everybody was wondering, what are these guys all about? What are they doing? And now I have other superintendents from technical schools reaching out to me, about the same type of thing. We want to do that too.
That's
The
great.
camaraderie, the synergy, and I don't mean to sound like a poster you see in a dentist office, they have like the synergy and everything, but it's real. It's real.
It absolutely
I love
is.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we were at a level, and then we can diversify and branch into areas that we never tread into before. And
Absolutely.
That's good leadership, and that's what you're bringing to the table, Matt.
Well, the big thing about leadership is it's shared leadership. And that's the most important thing to understand in this. And that, yes, every organization has to have a figurehead. That's the leader. And in our case, it's me. It's the superintendent of schools. But my vision of leadership is always shared leadership. I want to hear from the students. I want to hear from the parents. I want to hear from our staff about how we can do things better, because that's really where the best ideas come from. I would love to sit here and say, well, these were all my ideas. I talked about them in my interview. No, these are ideas that were brought
like
forward.
you said, the students said, hey, we feel this way.
We don't have an identity.
Hey, what can we do?
Right.
How can we get that going?
It was as simple as, we want to wear a sweatshirt to school. That was really how it started. I see my friends wearing their gear. It was really about, can we get a school store? Can we get some merch, as the kids like to call it? And then that all morphed into branding and a name. And, now we have the esports team, and we're looking for other options
Avenues
as well.
and
Absolutely.
components. Nice.
And new programs too. I mean, we're really looking at a lot of new programs here. One of the big ones that we're really excited about is we're bringing in the hydroponics program. Yeah. Right now, we have a teacher who's in here building it, and it's all under Sustainable New Jersey, and our kids are going to learn about how hydroponics work.
Hydroponic farming and sustainability.
Urban farming, sustainability.
And I'm going to drop a little tip here, too. We got a Skills USA team, Career Pathways Showcase in the Culinary Academy, competing and demonstrating. And prior to the actual program activating, they're showcasing hydroponics from their culinary knowledge already existing.
Right.
And they're going to be attacking Skills USA on March 23rd.
Absolutely.
With a project in regards to that.
And that mini lab that we built in culinary stems from the instructor, Desmond Hayes, who was on my superintendent's view in a previous episode.
Yes.
His knowledge coming in and helped to build that. So and then we have our coding and gaming program over at the Assunpink campus, which is really starting to get a lot of leverage as well. And then on top of that, I mean, this is the place to be. I mean, as you know, Mr. Orff, you handle our admissions and everything that goes along with that. Yes. Our applications are at an all-time high. Our enrollment is at an all-time high, and we are looking for ways for us to expand. How can we get more students here? How can we serve more in both capacities, whether it's our full-time academy programs or whether it's our shared time programs?
It's just so exciting to watch the evolution of, it was a blue-collar factory, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Right.
Then you had this winds of change start to swirl around maybe 10, 15 years ago to what we are now, whether it's the academy component, the budding academies, I'm excited. I don't even know what's coming. Right. It's not like I have some type of foregone conclusion to what's happening.
Absolutely.
You guys have your mind in a direction of where we want to head and where we're going. What's it going to be in the future? It's mind-blowing.
Absolutely. And another little hidden entity that a lot of people don't know is we run an adult program here, adult evening program. And a shout out to Mr. Ryan Hayner, who came in, around the same time that I did, who really has taken this program that had about 100 clients in it. And at my last report to the board, 325 clients in it. So we are now servicing a whole nother group of Mercer County residents in the CTE field.
That's really, really great. Obviously, Ryan Hamer should be commended, of course, for his efforts to do that. You should be commended for all of your getting the students involved in so many other different facets of the school, for sharing that leadership, for sharing those roles. We appreciate it.
Well, thanks.
It's great and good to great. I love that. I love that phrase. I'm going to use that often. Nothing was broke, but now we're going to the next level.
Next level, taking it to that next level.
Very exciting.
We were ready for it.
Absolutely, and that's all part of our strategic plan. I mean, another thing that we did in the first year as a collective group, and both of you were involved in the strategic planning process. We now have a 5-year strategic plan for the district, and that's our roadmap moving forward of what we want to accomplish as a district.
It's fantastic. We're glad you're here. Welcome. And I can't even say welcome aboard anymore.
Right.
Now I can say.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, kudos.
Matt Carey, Superintendent, thanks for joining us on the MCTS Experience. I'm going to give another plug to Mr. Carey's podcast, The Superintendent's View, our Principal's Office, the Principal's Office podcast. And last but not least, speaking of student-led work.
Yes, they have a podcast.
Way of the Wizards.
I think they already have better ratings than I do.
I'll tell you, Jane Ryan, no joke.
Yeah.
And her counterpart,
Yeah.
amazing young man.
Well,
Keanu.
Jane was our board rep last year, and she was one of, her and the other representative were the ones that were coming to us and saying, these are the things that we want. These are the things that we want moving forward. So
Jane Ryan is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, absolute rock star. And now we have a new group of board reps this year, and we're getting a different, viewpoint from them as well. So
more voices.
Yeah, all good. But just to close out, I appreciate all the work that the two of you do. I know this show is very popular, but I don't think people really understand the behind the scenes of the work that you do each and every day.
We love it.
And I don't know if you remember, but our first meeting was at the graduation the year before I started. And I said something to you about how kids react to adults. And you could see something special, and when somebody's special. And I watched the way that those graduates interacted with you.
Oh, I care.
And I knew you were going to be a special person.
Well, thank you.
And here it is a year and a half later, and I'm seeing that every day.
I care about the kids. It's funny. They come into my office and they be like, "Oh, you're going to get Nash." I often say to the kids, like, "You guys think I'm a dragon sleeping on the pot of gold?"
Right.
And I said, "When the reality is once you come in and we interact, they come in tentative because like, oh, what am I getting myself into?"
Right.
And they walk out emboldened. And I said, "Look, I care about every one of you. And if I didn't care, I'd have some one-size-fits-all process." I said, "I want to get to know you. I want to see who you are. But at the same time, I want to know all of us together. The MCTS way is our level of expectation is we can see how great you are and how great you're going to be, and we're going to help you get
that untapped potential.
I love it. It's an adrenaline rush for me. It's a fountain of youth. Orph and I put us together. It's like the Wonder Twins.
Right. And we got the positive tornado over here.
He's money. Dude, money.
Just flying around. But
thank you.
You remind me a lot of Mr. John German, who I mentioned a little bit earlier in this interview, who changed my life. I would not be where I am today without that man.
This place changed my life.
Yeah.
I was a ship without a rudder. I got through school. I wasn't a bad kid, but this place defined me.
Yeah.
I came here. I tell you how I felt when I came here. I was like, holy cow, this place is awesome. I'm actually interested in what I'm learning. I'm naturally good at it. And then there's this whole career world attached to it where I can make myself. And that's what I see for every kid that comes here. We see it all the time. What was the over-under on the kids when they say, share time kids, can I stay here all day?
I think we said October 15th.
Yeah.
It was well under that. I think third or fourth week in September.
Yeah, can I stay here all day?
I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, it's good stuff.
We're blessed. We're blessed to work where we work and work together on all this stuff. So just happy things are going in the right direction. Matt Carey, Superintendent, appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you both. Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Horticulture and turf care management.
Work with indoor and outdoor plants and ground covers and gain the skills of a landscape architect. Learn the principles of horticulture, gardening, turf maintenance, equipment operation, environmental science, and landscape design, as well as the business side of the landscape industry. Includes OSHA certification and FFA membership. And now it's time for Student of the Week! Hi, everybody. Mr. Nash and I are very, very pleased to be in the Assunpink Center.
Out and about. We're always on the move.
The Assunpink Center Cafe. We are always on the move. This is a mobile podcast. We move around just like MASH. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital.
Just like NPR.
Mobile
Live interviews
podcast.
on site. Let's go, bro.
Nick MacGyver-Sikowski can go anywhere. So
you can't stunt him.
No way. We are very, very pleased to be standing here with two sophomores. You guys are sophomores from the Health Science Academy, Riley Johnson and AJ Gray. Say hi, guys.
Hi. Hello.
Dynamos.
These are two very, very good students and good people in general. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Riley.
I'm a sophomore. I've been at Mercer High School and Mercer College for a year now. Well, 2 years now.
Nice.
Very impressive.
I'm AJ. I am a sophomore. I
You're grinding.
Yeah.
You just told
I
us
work,
about what you did
I
this
do
summer.
school,
Nice.
and I play sports
Where do you work?
at the Mercer County ice skating rink.
There you go. Dude, how awesome is that?
I've spent a lot of time there.
Schoolwork, home, and friends, the 4 areas that every high school student needs to manage before they leave, and these guys are doing it, making it happen.
Absolutely. So there's some exciting stuff going on at the Assunpink Center this week. It's what's it called? What's going on?
Multicultural Week. So it's basically celebrating cultures and diversity within our school.
I love it. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening each day?
5 days a week? Hit me.
So each day we're doing something a little different. For example, on Monday we had people come and support their home country's sports teams, and then Tuesday we have a big map in A building that has different pins that you can put where you're from on the map.
And then Wednesday we have a Spotify recommendation list where you can share your cultural music. And then Thursday we have wear your cultural clothing or wear your country's colors. And then Friday we're going to share that music in the cafeteria by playing all the Spotify recommendations that the students listed.
Love that.
Dude, sounds awesome.
Very, very nice. Now I know that you guys have a time crunch, a hard out, as they call it in the industry. What's going on next? You got a meeting?
Yeah, we have a meeting for HOSA, which is the Health Occupation Students of America, or professional health professions.
Sure, you got
Future Health Professions. There we go. They changed the acronym this year. For the Southern Regional Competition next week, Saturday, February 3rd.
Nice. Good save, by the way. Well done.
Outstanding. And okay, so that's the big competition is next week.
Yeah, that's the regionals, yeah.
Are you like
it's like an FBLA. It's like HOSA, Skills USA, DECA,
Yes.
Future Farmers, FFA, all these really dynamic, thriving student organizations that are represented here at MCTS, and you guys are going neck deep, which is and not just you, just not you, many other students here on campus.
Absolutely.
I think we have like 14 students participating at the regional competition on Saturday.
We'll be excited to hear some results. Maybe do some interviews once we get those results
Yeah,
in.
once you guys win a few of those events or competitions, we'll get people back on.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yep. And
A lot to everyone, by the way.
Yeah.
Good luck,
a lot of
everybody.
people are doing like a lot of really interesting dynamic stuff that really shows how
Dedicated.
how dedicated and how different everybody is in their career paths.
Awesome. So cool.
I love
Well,
it.
Hey,
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I know you got to get to your meeting. Have a great, and I hope you get to finish your lunch.
Yeah, hopefully.
AJ Gray, Riley Johnson, see you soon.
nice.
This is very exciting. Mr. Nash and I are here with our father, Al Munford.
He's the father of the Assunpink machine, the Assunpink campus.
We're going to play
proud to be, very
2
proud.
against 1 basketball later, and he's going to step on us and dunk on us.
We should do that. We should have.
Yeah, we should.
We should do.
I got a basketball hoop here. We should
No,
do it.
you know what we're gonna do later in the year? This is brand new, cutting edge.
Yeah.
Me and Orf will do us versus you in a
Yeah.
basketball game.
Yeah.
Just crush us.
We should do it in front of all the students.
Yes.
I don't think so. That's going to be too embarrassing.
Listen, you don't have to carry
I'll
me.
shoot jump shots. How about that?
3
Now-
points only.
Yeah, no, 3
Okay,
shots
okay.
only.
Dude, I love it.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
There
Oh
you
my
go.
God, that would be. Oh, that'd
Miss-
be awesome.
Oh yeah, Mr.
Mr.
You
Sikowski,
can do this.
Oh,
Nick
he's
MacGyver
good. Can we
Sikowski,
sub
There you
him in
go.
for me?
one of the
Well,
leading
no, it's gonna be
scorers.
me and him against you two.
No.
No?
How about me and Nick versus you two?
That's better.
No, that we can
That's
do
That's
that.
better.
balanced.
That's balanced.
That's
a
fair
little
and
bit
balanced.
better
There we go.
balance.
All right,
Yeah.
I like. All right, I love.
I won't
Cutting edge.
show any of my skills.
Okay.
I'll be nice.
Thank you.
Can I
We
duct tape-
appreciate
Can I
that.
duct tape one of your arms behind your back?
Yeah.
All right, that's even better.
That'll be
Okay,
fun.
that'd be funny. Yeah, cool.
Mr.
All right.
Munford, if we can
Yes.
stay on track, guys.
Okay.
This is a lot of fun,
Well,
though.
that's what we're doing. That's what we're showing the
But
machine.
you know, unfortunately, when you guys are talking to me, we kind of have a tendency to squirrel.
Because
Yeah.
we love what we do, and
Yeah.
we got passion for the kids, and the kids love being here, and we love having fun with what we do.
Absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
a win.
This
It's
is
a
a
win.
wonderful thing.
Hit me.
What's going on at the Assunpink Center? Now, we talked to some of the kids about Multicultural Week. There's a lot of other exciting things happening here in the month of January coming up in February.
Yeah, man, we've got a lot of things going on. The kids, I really want the kids to spearhead all of these activities and ideas. Our student council does an amazing job for us coming up with the multicultural activities and just different things that they want to do here around the school. I very rarely say no to them. The only time I do say no if it's a safety issue or if
We get a
there's
little
something.
wacky. We get a little wacky. That's okay.
Yeah.
Kids are kids. We
Yeah,
want
they
them
are.
to bubble forth.
Absolutely.
We want
Absolutely. But for the most part, I say yes. And we've got a lot of good activities going on. Our kids are, like I said, they're the ones spearheading this, coming up with the ideas through student council. So I'm all for it. I know you guys are all for it. I know Nick will be here to take some pictures to put on our website. So we're really excited to showcase, all the wonderful activities and things that our students are doing.
One family, two schools.
Absolutely.
One family, two schools.
And
That's how we do it.
I know my counterpart, Mr. Warren, over at SciPec, he's doing an amazing job, too, getting his kids acclimated, too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. Warren. Yes, one school, two buildings, Mercer County Technical Schools. Check all our social media, Facebook, Instagram, the whole 9 yards, for photos and videos of the Multicultural Week and our HOSA winners coming up and all the other great events.
Huge, man. We got our HOSA people, man. They're kicking butt.
Dude,
and I'm really proud of them.
And they always do. And each year they seem to get in a cadence and into a ebb and flow where they just crush it. And that's been consistent for many years. So.
They really do. And, to be honest with you, our school, our kids don't have the opportunity to do some of the activities that, Robbinsville or Trenton.
But we do things that the others.
Things that we do, our kids are amazing at it.
It's crazy.
Absolutely
It's
amazing.
awesome. Wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you very much. We're gonna get some footage of everything going on this week, and we'll be right back after this.
Home run. Nice.
See you guys.
Hi everybody. I'm standing here with Aiden Carter. Aiden is sort of the spokesman for the HVAC 2 class. So congratulations on getting your universal EPA.
Thank you.
And a whole bunch of students in the class. It was 14, I think.
Yeah,
15?
something like that.
Students all got the universal, and another 5 or so got some other level of it. But you got the universal.
I have, yep.
All right. Tell me about studying for it, preparing for it. How did Mr. Geist prepare you?
Right.
What was it like?
All right, so basically what it was like is that Mr. Geist gives you a bunch of really nice practice tests, and honestly, the only thing that I really did was that I just kept redoing the practice tests over and over again until, I was just prepared for it, and, it only took me, 2 tries, and I really could have had it on the first try to get universal because the test really isn't as hard as you believe it is.
Okay.
And if you really just, put the time in and just study, a couple hours every day, you can just get it first try. It's really not that hard.
Spoken like a true hard worker. Very nice, Aiden. What would you say to somebody who's never even taken an HVAC class before?
Okay.
How would you tell them to prepare? What are they in for?
All right, so what I'd probably have to say is just really get the mindset down that you will have to work. Okay, work hard in this class, and when you do work hard, it'll go a long way.
Absolutely, that's great. That's great advice. Does the hands-on stuff that you're doing come into play when you're taking that exam?
So the hands-on stuff, it's helpful if you have knowledge of HVAC coming into it. But if you have no knowledge of HVAC coming into it, then it's still okay. You can take the practice test and get the basic knowledge of it, and then you can take the test and then learn all the hands-on stuff when you're out to work.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You're Heightstown High School.
Yes.
And what do you do? Do you play any sports? You do any after-school activities?
All right, so I played 4 years of varsity football for Heightstown High School.
Wow.
And I, was planning on playing other sports, but unfortunately I was injured last year, so it's okay. But
I'm sorry.
And it hasn't really, hindered anything from my, school. Got all A's and B's. Good school student here and there. It's very important to have good grades at your home school too.
Love it.
And always had a pretty good grade in this class too. So
nice work. And you're about to go out on work-based learning or CIE, as we used to call it. Yes. All right. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
And congratulations
Thank you very
to
much.
you and the whole rest of the class. All right. Aiden Carter, folks.
Diesel technology.
Diesel students learn to repair, service, and maintain diesel engines. They work on such equipment as autos, buses, ships, trucks, railroad locomotives, and construction equipment. Students earn certifications in OSHA, entry-level ASC, and credit from Mercer County Community College's Auto Tech program.
Well, Mr. Nash, we've come to the end of another exciting episode of the MCTS Experience. As always, I'm a little bittersweet. I'm sorry to see it go. It's been a great episode.
There was a lot going on here, and it was super exciting.
I have something to point out.
What's
so for 6 years, you and I have been doing this podcast, and at the beginning of every episode, we say a quick hello to producer extraordinaire Nick MacGyver Sikowski. Guess what?
Was it?
This episode,
Stop.
we have a very special treat. We've been teasing it for years.
Stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Holy cow!
we have visual footage and confirmation of the legendary.
Are the fans going to get to see him?
They're going to see him and hear him at the same time on camera. I'm proud to present our producer, Nick MacGyver Sikowski. Take it away, sir.
Cannonball coming at you.
Hello, everybody.
There it is.
Now, we joke, we're laughing, of course, but this entire podcast is really on the back and shoulders of...
It would never happen. You could say to me, Dave, there's $1 million. You need to make this podcast happen.
You'd say, no thanks. You'd say, keep your $1 million because I can't
do it. I'd be like,
do
here's how the camera works.
I don't know how to do
it.
Yeah.
It would be bad.
Nick, we appreciate you. We salute you, sir. And we thank you for all your hard work.
I know it's all love.
There it is,
All
buddy.
love. Absolutely. Absolutely.
There, man.
So with that, I think we really do need to wrap it up. I want to say a big thank you to Al Munford over at the Assunpink Center and the two awesome HSA students, Riley.
If we ever played a basketball game, Al would crush us.
We talked about basketball before, yes, with him on the episode.
Yes, I know. I'm just when you said his name, I was just like, yes. I'm just imagining me going up for a shot and just getting crushed by Al Munford.
Well.
I can try.
If we do 2-on-2 with me and MacGyver, we'll put you on Al's team. It'll even things out.
Ooh, that would be...
Mr. Orff played a little bit in high school, you know.
He's got a little juice.
Just a little, though.
All right.
Very little.
He's
very
over
little.
there raising his hand. He's doing something.
Nick is showing his jump shot. Mr. Sikowski,
Buckets.
one of the greatest players in the history of Hamilton West High School.
Is there a watercolor of him in the gym?
There's a plaque.
All right. I believe it.
A watercolor.
I believe it.
Like the end of Rocky when he and Apollo are fighting.
That's
great.
That's
All right, another timely reference from Orphan Nash. Let's get to this. So big thanks to the whole crew over at the Assunpink Center and Al Munford Principal.
A lot of fun.
We're gonna hear from Mr. Warren, Principal of the SIPEC Center next month. We'll say hi to him. Of course, big thank you to AJ and Riley for all their work with the Student Council and the whole Student Council team. And last but definitely not least, our Superintendent, Matt Carey. Matt, it was great to have you on the episode. Keep up the great work.
Home run.
Yeah, absolute home run. So I think it's about time that I remind each and every one of you to share this podcast with a friend, like it, rate it, review it with a 5-star review, please, and listen anywhere you can find it. Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Check out our social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Pinterest, and LinkedIn, of course. And last but not least, check out our YouTube channel. All kinds of great content from students and teachers. Chock full. Packed. Densely packed full. And we'll see you next month on the February episode. Until then, this is Mr. Orff on behalf of myself, Mr. David Nash, and the great Nick MacGyver Sikowski, reminding you all to discover your passion
and unlock your future.